Every time I get on Instagram, it's the same exact thing. Everyone's going to cool places and doing things and taking awesome pictures. And I've got 3 little kids. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So the logical thing to do would be to, find pictures and places and just make them in Unreal Engine 5 and, have pictures of my own, I guess, right? Right? But first I had to decide what exactly I was looking to remake. And, I thought for the first project, might as well go big or, grand. So I decided to do the Grand Canyon. And I went on to Instagram, searched by places, and went to Grand Canyon. The first person that popped up was this James Perchin guy. He took 4 or 5 pictures during his trip, and the 4th one was really exactly what I was looking for. It showed depth, the landscape had good lighting. So I did the same thing I did to most NFTs, and I screenshotted it and saved it to my computer. But the hard part in this is actually finding out where they took this picture. Everybody just tags the Grand Canyon whenever they take a picture there, but it doesn't say where it's at. But luckily I have a pretty extensive knowledge of rivers in the Grand Canyon. So I knew to start at the northern point because they're on a boat and there's only one way that river flows, which is south. So that's what I did. And finally, all the GeoGuessr that I've played has actually paid off. I was just running down the river. I was just looking at rocks. Did they match up? Were they the right shape? Kind of just making sure that I was able to find something that looked like the picture. There were some things that actually surprised me that I saw, but ultimately I was able to find the place where I'm about 98% sure that this is the exact spot that they took that picture. So here's where the actual work begins. So I went and got a height map of that area. A height map just shows me the depth of the mountains and actual terrain so that I can then upload that into Unreal so that we know we're dealing with the landscape that we have in the picture. And I just have to shape it and kind of sharpen it a little bit. The only problem is that it is a little bit too grand in the canyon and it was really taking some time on my PC. So I had to go in and peel off really any part of the landscape that's not in the frame, just trying to reduce the rendering to make it a lot easier on my PC. And ultimately, it was pretty easy. We have it in there and it looks pretty similar to what we need. So it's a good place to start from at least. So now that we have everything in the engine, it's really about making sure the size and scale is correct. So I want to go in and just beef it up a little bit. Whenever I'm looking at the reference photo, you can tell it needs a little bit more height on it. Once we do that, it's starting to shape up in the right direction. And I just want to make sure it has a natural flow to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next step, which is adding water. So as you can see, once we add the water, it really gives us an idea of where we need to put the rocks that are in there. There's going to be a lot of that natural flow that kind of goes up and down. And I just want to see how that lands to kind of make a watermark, if you will, on there so I know where to build. And luckily, Epic Games has a thing called Quixel Bridge. It's like a companion software for Unreal Engine. It makes it where you have a bunch of textures and meshes that you can use in your projects. It's absolutely free. And in this case, they have a ton of sandstone references. So I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to start puzzling these rocks together. And ultimately, this is going to take some time, right? It's going to be a little bit of a grind on there. But after a little bit of a grind and a little bit of time, we start to see this thing shape up in the way that we're looking for. So now that the rocks are on there and our landscape's got a little bit of paint on it, I think we can kind of see where it's going. I want to add the water back into it just to make sure everything kind of lines up and it still looks good. And then I want to add a little bit of height fog to the back of it and maybe a little greenery up on the top. And I think that we're at a final product. So let's go ahead and see how it looks. So for here, we can snap our picture for Instagram, and head to head, I think it matches up pretty well. Could it be a little bit more realistic? I don't know, probably. You tell me. I mean, is there something that you see is definitely fake in that picture? I am excited. Hopefully soon I'm going to get a VR headset, and being able to strap one of those on and kind of take a look around, just have that more immersive feel will be sick. I've been so excited for that. But I'll probably do a lot more of these projects. This is just really fun and kind of a new take on art for me. So I'm just having a lot of fun doing it. But thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take it easy.